Hey everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino. How are you today? It is Saturday, July 7, 2018. In this little segment, we are going to have a look ahead towards next week, just like I did last Saturday. And I'm going to keep this going for a little while in an attempt to make this easier for everyone here to take advantage of this market. I mean, this is honestly the gift that keeps on giving. And I think that's what's going to happen here as well. So, first of all, if you are not watching this video on my website, you're going to need to go to my website and finish watching this video there, because we're going to go over a bunch of charts here and have a look at a few things. So again, if you are not on my website, traderschoice.net, there is a link in the description of this video which will take you to my website, traderschoice.net, and we're going to go over some charts. So if you're not there, get over there. If you are there, well, let's go here. All right, so let's cover a few things here. Last Saturday, when I had done the look ahead, I explained to you that I believed that this week that just passed would be a positive one for the market. In that video, I explained why it did prove to be true. Now, admittedly, this coming week is a little more challenging, but I believe looking at a few of these charts here, again, if you're on my website, you see all these charts here, and the gauge at the very, very bottom, we can get a handle on what's going on here and capitalize on it, because that, my friends, is what this is all about. So let's look straight down at the chart underneath this video here. This is my swing trading chart. That means you're holding a position from days to weeks. Now, look at this. This is ticker SPY, the ETF or exchange traded fund that tracks the S&P 500. It's clear to see that we are in an uptrend here. Going back to April, looking to where we are now, market is in an uptrend. Again, you're going to get these, random movements, but the trend is higher. So have a look at the gauge right below this. I think it's kind of interesting. Technical analysis for SPX. This is the S&P 500. I mean, it is a strong buy according to this gauge. Looking at this chart here, it appears that the market does want to continue its uptrend. Now, a couple of other things are important here. Let's look at the chart of the bond market, which is just under the chat room. Also, in a screaming uptrend, they are buying these bonds here, and you can see what's happening to the yield curve. Continues to flatten out. 10-year yield continues to be suppressed. This is bullish for the stock market. Now look underneath the bond market chart. You will find the US dollar bullish ETF. Screaming downtrend. The weaker dollar here is bullish for the stock market. Very, very simple. Now, I want you to have a look at something here. Move over to the day trading chart just real quick. Now, you see again, ticker SPY, the ETF that tracks the S&P 500. Now, right next, just to the right of SPY, you're going to see 1 minute, 30 minute, and 1 hour. Click on where it says 30 minutes, 3M. Okay, you can see here that according to this day trading chart, it appears that the market, and I want to cover that a little bit more, that we're in an over-owned position right now, meaning there's a potential for an initial sell-off. And I'm not saying this is going to last the entire day, Monday. What we can expect here, again, we're speculating, is a initial pullback followed by a run higher. Now, if you click on the 1 minute chart, you'll see we're in a pretty much of a screaming uptrend. Now, just look down. You see the indicator underneath there. That is the Fisher Transform, which is showing that this is kind of over-owned as well. Now, don't fall into this trap that everyone seems to fall into, especially the novices. Just because an asset is over-owned or oversold for that matter doesn't mean a reversal is going to come right away. As a matter of fact, when an asset is in an over-owned state, it's actually bullish. And when an asset, conversely, is in oversold state, it's bearish. All right, so these are things that you got to keep in mind here. But what I'm trying to get at by looking at these charts here in front of you is you can play one against the other. It's pretty simple. So again, let's just go over this. Looking at the chart underneath this video, ticker SPY, market is in a screaming uptrend here and appears to want to move higher into next week. Now, if we just look over at the day trading chart, you can see there may be an initial pullback here, what does that mean? Well, let's put that together real quick. So the market overall, again, even looking down at that gauge, which I have for you, is telling us, this market wants to move higher. So if we do get a sell-off early on Monday, again, this is a big if here. Again, you got to put this into perspective. When we get a sell-off here on Monday, a little bit of a pullback in the morning or whatever it might be, that will more than likely be, in fact, it would be a buying opportunity to get in cheap. You understand? This is how you can play these things off of each other. It's pretty simple. Everything you need is right here. All the charts you need to pay attention to, the bond market chart, the dollar, the longer term trend chart, the swing trading chart, the day trading chart, and that nice gauge I have for you here. And I really hope you're taking advantage of all this. I mean, it's 100% free. So just take advantage of it. It's that simple. So let's sum this up here. From what I just went over, looking at the bond market here, let's look at that real quick. This is not going to stop. They're going to continue to buy these bonds. That yield curve is going to continue to flatten out. It's going to invert. I cover this all the time. But even when it inverts, that doesn't mean the market is going to drop that day. It's probably going to move higher for a certain amount of time, and we'll address it as we move forward. It's that simple. All of this is for you and for me to capitalize on the charade that is going on here. Let's take it. There's no reason on this earth or off this earth why you and I should not be taking advantage of every single thing that this market is giving us. I mean, literally, just like I said in the beginning, this is the gift that keeps on giving. And looking at all of these charts here, I hope this makes sense to you. So let's see what happens next week. I think, like I said, there is a lot of cash to be made here. And let's watch it, see how it plays out. What do you think? Sounds good? Let me know what you think about this. I will. See you Monday.